Tim, can you give us a review of Wolves' last game against Brentford?
Well, it's a real statement of intent. I thought Wolves, of course, won 3-0 at Brentford, and in the clash of two of the League One heavyweights, it was a convincing performance by Wolves, a thoroughly deserved, very professionally executed victory on the back of ruthless taking of chances, I thought, from James Henry and Michael Jacobs, who has now taken his total to 4 in the last 2 games. Let's not forget a superb defensive performance as well to keep a 4th successive clean sheet, underpinned by superb saves in each half by Carl Ikeme. But some excellent performances right the way through from Wolves, and very difficult to pick a man of the match. I think they now look as good as they have at any stage this season, and it looks to be they look very, very difficult to beat and full of goals.
Any team news ahead of the Port Vale match?
Yes, thankfully for Wolves' point of view, very few injuries at the moment. Leon Clark continues to be sidelined. He's the only player who's out really, with the heel injury that he picked up prior to the Notts County game in training. So he's missed the last 2 games. Head coach Kenny Jackett said he'll miss the Port Vale game as well, but will be fit for Walsall the following weekend.
What was Kenny Jackett like at his press conference?
Well, it was interesting. Got him talking about whether it was a kind of tarnished promotion push from Wolves, and because although I think quite rightly he's been lauded by the Wolves fans for overseeing and instigating a huge transformation, not only in the playing fortunes of the club but the playing squad as well, and to have shipped out so many players in the summer and in January, and then brought in players who've immediately fitted in and been so successful is a very good achievement, I feel. Perhaps it's not so equally felt throughout the country, where people might well argue, well, Wolves should be where they are anyway because of the budget that they've got. But it's interesting that Kenny said, well, anyone thinking that might want to perhaps scratch beneath the surface and indeed look at what's been done there. And now, let's not forget, it's his vision, it's him that's instigated it, and okay, lining all the ducks up, Jez Moxey, Kevin Thelwell, Steve Morgan all have to fall into line, and approve that. But it has to come from Kenny, and it has, and he's made some very clear decisions and clearly come up with a plan to take Wolves forward, which involves really indulging the academy and giving them as much game time as possible, as well as introducing plenty of new players. He also came up with a very interesting line, I thought, that along the lines that Wolves players should really make the most of their environment, and he talked about working at Wolves is like working for a 5-star hotel, whereby everything is there for the squad to be successful. And again, I found that really interesting, because really Wolves' future is in these players' hands, and there's perhaps an inference that there can be no excuses for them not getting the very best out of their own performances, because they can make the use of the tremendous facilities available to them, and hopefully lead Wolves to promotion.
What are your thoughts on the Port Vale match this weekend?
Well, it's difficult to look beyond the Wolves win, because they just look unbeatable at this level at the moment. Now, I remember going back to the mid-90s, Port Vale came to Molineux as massive underdogs, and I think twice in successive seasons upset the apple cart and went away with 1-0 victories after Wolves dominated. Hopefully from Wolves' point of view it won't be a repeat of that tomorrow. It'll be a question of Wolves continue to create chances, look really dangerous, dominate the chances, look really strong defensively, and carry on this winning run. They're now up to 6 wins in a row, which is 2 off a club record. They're in their longest run without conceding a goal since Mick McCarthy's second season, winter 2007. Which would, and if they kept another clean sheet, that would be five in a row. So there's, the chances of records around the corner for Wolves, and I think it'll be another Wolves win. I'm going to go for 2-0.